What's up, guys? It's Carson back here on Toxic Gaming, and today, guys, it's a little video that probably should have came out a little sooner. I'm not gonna lie, probably should have came out a little sooner, but I had some, personal IRL family things to deal with myself first, and so that's why this video's kind of been a little longer, or been pushed down the line. But this is just gonna be a recap of Season 1 of the PIC for the LA Doublades. We are, we went 7-4. I'm happy with our outcome. It's a lot better than I thought we would do, to be dead honest. I was hoping to go at least positive, and we did that, and we made it to the playoffs. We got 4th. With those last two games, the last game, I really didn't care if we won or lost at that point. It was just, I wanted to have a good game, and we did. That fucking ambi bomb came down at the end of that. So if you didn't see that, go back and watch that real quick. I don't know who maybe hasn't seen this yet. Go back and watch it, and you can see how that ambi bomb really did work. But I want to just kind of have a recap of the whole season, and I loved meeting everybody all the way, and who was in the season, and who was in the PIC in general. All the guys in there were great guys. Got some good friends out of it. It was something that I was a little hesitant going into it. I'm not gonna lie, because there's people, like, one, I didn't know, and two, I didn't know if I could really be as joking, sarcastic, or asshole with them as I usually am. But as it turned out, it worked really well. And shut up, phone! God damn it! I got people texting me because it's like my college's graduation day today and shit. I gotta go celebrate later. But anyway, I was a little apprehensive going into it, just meeting some of the guys. The first time I even talked to some of the guys was just in our Skype call for the draft, like leading up to the draft. It was the first time I even talked to some of the guys, and I feel like it worked out pretty well. I'm just gonna go through just like some last final thoughts of the matches that we had throughout the season. Week 1, having Fuzz and the Connex Conkelders, he had the beast of Mega Metagross right out of the bat, and I was really happy that we were able to counter that thing right in the beginning. We didn't let Mega Metagross beat us. That was something I was very happy about, and really, he had a decent season as well. He didn't make playoffs, which is kind of sad, but because he had more things going IRL, and he had to kind of give up matches for, which it sucks, but it's kind of how it has to go. He had to do what he had to do, and I respect him for that. But that match, not letting Manaphy, Hydreigon, and Mega Metagross beat us, we got a lot of confidence right off the bat. And then the second week, going against Jordan and the Norfolk? I always say that fucking wrong. Noivern's. That was a match I was ready for us to lose. He had such a hyper offensive team. I was ready for us to be done. And Bisharp came through that entire match, and holy shit, I was not ready for what was gonna happen that match, and it just so happened Bisharp came through the entire time, and that was amazing. Week 3, facing our first loss to Jim and the Meath Mamoswines. It was a tight match, literally down to the wire, down to like the last 3 moves. I remember right after losing that match, going back and rewatching it, and to me, we played great up until the last 3 moves, and that was where kind of it just fell apart there. I wasn't ready for the sub Gyarados set. I wasn't, like, I guess, conscious to the sub Gyarados set, but it was still a great win on his part. It was our first, the 1-0. It was amazing. Great battle. And then we went to week 4 going against Dan and the Bury Butterflies, and again, back-to-back great battles that could have been gone either way. And with Dan's was the the controversial battle of the season, I would almost say, by having us die to Life Orb after killing him. And that was something that we had to, I remember that was a whole deal in and of itself. But we went to like how the game would say who won, and I won because of that, which is very technical and very semantic, but it is what it is. It was still a great battle overall, and we got to face Dan in the 3rd and 4th rounds, and it almost came down to that same type of thing. But then we go into week 5, and we face Judy, the real Judy, and the Denver Blitzels. At the time, he was the #1 guy on the card. I had to hand him his first loss, and it was all because we tried to target that Charizard and really tried to target that thing down, target his Mandibuzz, really tried to target those specific threats, and Raikou too, so that we could let our threats do work. And I remember we talked about later, he did have a misclick towards the end of the battle, but really he kind of needed that. He needed as much what he did to be able to try to beat our Flygon that we had at that point, but I believe when we talked through it and calced it a few times, I probably still would have won it. It would have just been maybe a 1-0 instead of a 2-0 like it was. Moving on to week 6, when we faced, is it Eshelite? Is that who that team? I always forget. Yeah, Eshelite Games and the Gotham City Glidescorers. He had one of the scariest goddamn teams I've ever seen, with being able to go either like a really well-balanced team or completely offensive. Like I was not knowing what he was gonna do with it, and we ended up winning a 3-0 to it. And it was basically just because I think we just we prepared a little bit better. Blew my mind. God damn it, I'm sorry for that. But we kind of prepared a little bit better for him, I would say. But we had like the 1 or 2 plays that worked. Getting the glide square out early was very nice, because then he didn't have his like real physical wall and his attacker, like a really tanky attacker there the rest of the game. And it just was really nice to have that happen right away early in it. The next week we had Matt and the Chicago Cabalions. That was another loss that we were handed. Our only 2 losses of the regular season, and that was one that that's when I realized my teams were getting too predictable. I was getting too safe in what I was doing. I'd fallen into a mold, and that's something I want to on future seasons in the PIC or any other leagues to break out of, to be able to break out of that mold that I kind of fell into right there, being way too predictable. And that was kind of how the match really went. It was a stalemate between Mega Scizor and Mega Venusaur. I should have brought him Power Fire instead of the Light Screen, and I didn't. I almost changed it before the match, but I didn't. And it was a stalemate going back and forth. With hidden Power Fire, we could have beat that Scizor pretty handily, but it is what it is. We moved on to the week 8 when we had the Brighton Bronzors, coached by Draco. I believe that's, yeah, I'm looking at the thing here. Yeah, Draco, and he wasn't the best in terms of league record this year, but he still had a scary team. He still had the Megalop Bunny, Star Raptor, Kieran Black, and Chandelure. Those 4 were very heavy-hitting offensive guys. But then he had the defensive mons like Clefable, Empoleon, Tangrowth, Gligar, Registeel, and even Sandslash as his last pick. That was his last pick, was a Sandslash. So like, he still had the defensive walls there, and I feel like we just kind of outmaneuvered him in that battle. I feel like how it kind of was. We just kind of did things one step ahead a little bit with the 2-0 win. It wasn't bad at all. It came down to Hitmonlee as we scarfed Hitmonlee, as I remember. Great battle there. The last battle of the regular season, going up against Trav and the Carolina Castforms. Really, the battle didn't matter for us if we won or lost. More than likely, we were going to get into the playoffs anyway at some spot. Didn't really matter. But again, he didn't bring the Latios, which was one he told me later it would be very predictable to bring, which, yeah, because it completely destroys my entire team. But I still would have brought it and been able to do work with it if I was him. And he still had a very offensive, very good switching core. He had a really weird special attacking Emboar that I apparently didn't let do anything, so I'm sorry for that. But, and as we moved on to the playoffs, and we lost against Jim, and it was basically my fuck up. It was something that we lost to the Volcarona, something I knew we were going to lose to in week 3, and I prepared for it this time. I forgot about Infiltrator going past screens. For some reason, I only thought it went past sub. I didn't realize it went past screens, and that's why I didn't go out to Crobat. I remember talking about this, I think kind of talking about this a little bit in the prep for the 3rd and 4th match, but that was the reason I kind of fucked up, and I wish I could go back and do that battle again, because I don't know if we would have won, to be honest. I don't know if we would have won that battle, but it would have been a lot closer than the 4-0 that it was by just letting his Volcarona set up on us. And that was kind of that was the one loss that really got to me. That was when I was like, well, you know what? That was just on me. That's all it was. That loss was on me. And then finally, with the 3rd place match against Dan, god damn fucking Ambipom. I love Ambipom. And he showed me why I also hate Ambipom going up against it, and I also love playing it. But anyway, like overall, with a 7-4 record, we had a lot of things that I was very happy we had. Yeah, it was very predictable I was going to bring Victini every week. Like, our team was pretty predictable in who was going to come in like the first 4 Mons. And after that, those 5 and 6 is who you really got to worry about. But Victini was pretty much going to come. Mega Venusaur was gonna come mostly. Came 9 out of the 11 battles, and then Rotom also basically paired with that Mega Venusaur, coming 8 out of the 11. Mamoswine came 8 out of the 11 and got 9 kills with it. Victini, by coming all 11 battles, got 10 kills. Most in our team, but not the best ratio. The best ratio, as I believe on here, as I'm looking at it, was Doublade, coming in only 4 matches, but with 8 kills. The Doublade, our own mascot, got the best ratio of kills on our team. Flygon getting a 1-to-1, 6-to-6. Bisharp coming in only 5 and getting 6 kills. And Mega Venusaur actually coming in 9 battles and getting 7 kills. That was something that people weren't expecting Venusaur, I guess, to really get that many kills with it. But it is what it happened. I'm very proud, and I'm very proud that I was picked to be part of the PIC. I'm very excited for what's going to come next. I know we have a few new guys I'm not going to spoil who are coming in, and a few guys who are dropping out. Some of them had to drop out. They felt personal reasons. They maybe could do better as commentators, maybe analysts, things like that. I almost said like analysis. I almost fucked it up hard. But they felt like they could do better there, and so I'm really excited to see who new comes into this. I'm excited for when we start up. There's no official startup of when the next season's going to happen as of right now. I think we're shooting to sometime in like February or March, maybe at the latest. I think maybe end of January. I'm not certain. That's something we're all gonna have to talk about later. But I'm really excited for what we're gonna do. As of right now, there's nothing in place to have anybody keep any of the Mons on their teams. We might just be a whole renew draft. If we keep any of the Mons, I'm thinking I might just keep Victini, or I might keep Doublade. That's what I'm gonna just have a little taste out there to what I might keep. I'm not gonna have any hints to what I'm gonna draft, what I want to draft. I'm already thinking about it. Plan ahead is all I try to do with this. But still, I was kind of sad we couldn't bring Torkoal to anything. I wanted to bring Torkoal to the last match. It just didn't work. I had a team built kind of for it. I had the whole Sun team built for it. It just didn't work out. And so I'm kind of sad we didn't get to use Torkoal. Liepard did come, did its one job against Draco. Go watch that match if you want to see what Liepard was able to do. And Cradily came and didn't do dick. It was just kind of not. Cradily was there, but not for the reason I wanted it to be there. So overall, the season, I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I hope you guys, you did too. You definitely came out to every single video, and you just blew my mind for what could be views on these videos at the time of where our sub counts were. I'm very happy to say I want to be back for PIC Season 2. So far, I've not been kicked out yet. Ding. But, you know, we'll see where it kind of goes from here. 7-4. I think next season we're going to shoot to be... I think we're going to go for about an 8-3 or 9-2. If we have the same number of guys, we're going to try to be only losing 2 to 3 matches next year. We're not going to go 4. I don't want to lose 4. That's what we're going to shoot for. So overall, I've said this on 3 times, just saying overall. I'm really happy for what happened. And I'm going to get up on out here and kind of leave it at that. Doublades will be rolling strong. But thank you guys for coming out. I'm Carson, Toxic Gaming. And as always, you guys stay toxic. We'll see you guys.